Welcome to the VICIS RDI lab here in Seattle, Washington. My name is Cord Santiago, and today I'm going to walk you through the installation, adjustment, and general use of your Anchor upper strap lock system. The Anchor lock replaces the upper snaps and buckles for your upper chin strap attachment. So to remove your current snap attachment, we'll start by just unsnapping these. We're going to remove the buckles from the strap. You can do this with a face mask still installed on the helmet. If you want to take it off, you absolutely can. So next, we're going to remove the two upper snaps. Set those aside. Now we're going to install our anchor locks. So the anchor consists of a few loose components. First, the screw. This should be pre-installed, but this can be removed. If it's fallen out, this screw has a little flange on it, you'll notice. That screw is what clamps the strap down in the anchor. You have the post sticking out of the back here, the threaded post. That's what's going to install on the helmet. And on that post is a small little rubber washer. Now that washer gives us a little bit of freedom depending on the orientation of the T-nut inside. As I spin this down in and it gets tight on the helmet, I want this to kind of spin down in place and tighten down so it's oriented in this fashion with the screw on the bottom and this sitting more or less vertically on the helmet. And the strap is going to slide through there and into the hole on our helmet here. If when I tighten this down, this anchor doesn't orient properly when it gets tight, what I can do is back it back out and remove that rubber washer. What that'll do, it'll give me about another quarter to a half turn of tightening before that locks down. So that rubber washer is there to help you get this tight and also in the correct orientation. So I'm going to start with this with the rubber washer on, which is how I recommend you do it. And we're going to take it and we're just going to spin that by hand into the T-nut inside the helmet that we just removed the upper snap from. So now it's starting to get tight. I'm going to keep spinning this on until I get it in that orientation, again, where my strap is going right across and the screw for the bottom to tighten this down is at the bottom. So say that tight for me was here and I can't get it any tighter and this is where it wants to end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back out, spin it all the way back out, and it would remove this rubber washer. It's a little tight. You might have to kind of spin it off the thread until you get a hold of it. Again, rubber washer off. Now what happens, you'll notice when I tighten this back on, its sort of final orientation when that's all tight is going to be different. So there's tight for me now. So again, it worked well for me with the rubber washer on, but if you have this issue with the washer installed, you'd want to take it off and remove it just like I did. So I'm going to put mine back on real fast because given the orientation of the T-nut inside, I want that washer in place. So again, washer back on, tighten this down. Now while you're tightening this, if you're noticing that the threaded boss that we're actually tightening into that T-nut is spinning, you might need to reach inside and push that fastener down into the anchor lock. It's possible for this fastener to get pushed up and out of its seat inside this plastic piece here. So you can push that, or you can catch the first couple threads and then pull it out, and that'll suck that fastener down into the anchor and allow you to really grip it and rotate it in. So if this is just spinning and not getting tight, grab this anchor, the plastic part, and pull it out, and you should be able to watch the head of that fastener kind of drop down into the recess, and then you'll be able to rotate it in. So if you are having trouble with that, make sure that's seated. There we go. So now this is nice and snug. With the anchor now installed on the outside of the helmet and replaced our upper snap, we're going to feed the chin strap into it. So now on the ZERO2, we like to take the chin strap as it comes out of the cup and rotate it a half turn outward. And what this does is as you assemble everything, it allows the strap to lay nicely over the top of that stabilizer plate on either side. Just a more natural path for that strap to take through the helmet. So again, strap coming out of the chin cup, half turn outward, and that's how we're going to install it. So we'll feed the strap through the face mask and out to the outside of the helmet. So now with my strap up here near the ankle lock, what I can do with this screw removed, just kind of open that up, get the bottom edge of the strap in there, and then pull it through. And then now it drops into that recess. You want the strap clear of the fastener hole because we're now gonna need to put our screw through there. So what I, at this point, will do is just get that screw barely started so it's not gonna fall out. So now that I have my strap installed on this first side, we're gonna repeat the same process here on the other side. All right, so now we have our strap installed on both sides. I'll put this screw in here. Just barely tighten by hand. So now we have the anchor installed, but it's loose. We can adjust our strap in and out on either side. At this point, what I'd have an athlete do if I was working with them, I'd have them put the helmet on, pull the chin cup up into the position they want to wear it. Then I would, from behind, just sort of reach in and pull this till it's just snug on either side. If you're doing this by yourself, it could be a little trial and error. You can put the helmet on, pull it yourself until you're happy, then take it off. At that point, I'd come back and I'd tighten these down. This will lock the strap and secure its location. You don't have to worry about this sliding or popping off at any point now that we replaced the snaps. From here, if I had a lot of excess strap, say I really tighten this up and this strap's coming back here, I would cut the strap to have about 1.5 inches or so beyond this opening on both sides. At that point, once it's cut, this is about a reasonable length to cut it if this were my adjustment. I'd come back in and take the strap and feed it into this slot in the shell for a nice clean appearance. Now, if you feel it's starting to catch, you can reach up inside of that shell, grab the edge of the inner shell and that reflex in there, and kind of just pull it a little bit out of the way, and that'll give that strap the freedom to press into the helmet. You know, really nice, seamless, kind of streamlined look. Do that on the other side. Tuck it in here. It's gonna bind up, so I'm gonna reach in, pull the inner shell and the reflex away till I feel that strap kind of nicely tuck in there. And there you have it. Now you've installed, adjusted the length, cut your strap, and tucked it away for this kind of final fit and finish of the anchor lock system.